Well, happy Friday to everyone, TGIF. Um, Want to let you know ahead of time that this video is probably going to be emotional, but this time it's a whole different type of emotion. Um, I'm emotional because I would have never thought that the day that last week when I was made to feel like that I was ugly and uh, that would be a turning point in my life. Um, I remember how it felt to be treated and to be dissed like I wasn't like I was ugly, and pretty much I even asked, what was wrong, and got no response, no nothing, no comment back, no nothing. Um, and I remember the feeling of hopelessness and feeling like, okay, I'll never know what happiness is, because that would be a marker, another marker that I would have to endure. I never thought that that day would be a day when my life would change forever. Not in a good way. My life changed for the better because right after that experience, I made that YouTube video, the first one, and the response to that video was like overwhelming. It was like I could not believe, from all over the country, all over the world, I would be told such encouraging and uplifting things. I never thought that it would manifest all that. And that was because of each and every one of you that reached into my world at that moment of despair, reached into my world, and you came to the depths to find me, and I appreciate every one of y'all for that. I know that you keep telling me that it took a lot for me to get on there and do the YouTube video and how brave I was. But you don't know that you enhanced my bravery by caring about me so much. The comments and the donations, and whether it was a sentence or whether it was a paragraph or whether it was $1 or whether it was 1,000. Each and every one of you stepped into my life and into my world and said, you know what, you will not be left behind. It makes me think so much about when I'm doing substance abuse group and when I'm working with people that are incarcerated, or when I was working with children who's got autism and Asperger's. How I know that these people felt like they were left behind, and I wanted to I stepped into their shoes to let them know that, and though I'm not something great and something huge and some big person or some big name person, but I am me, and I offer that to help them to get from this step to that step, and then from that step to the next step. It felt so powerful whenever I saw change. But that's the feeling that you all have done for me. You stepped into my life and helped me to see the steps that I needed to take. It was through love and it was through kindness that each and every one of y'all took out time to pour into me. And I want you to know that what you've done and what you're doing is not in vain. It has made such a tremendous impact on me. And it's not really because of the money, and it's not because of the comments. It's because each and every time somebody do something, that has to come from somewhere. It has to come from inside that motivates them to do what they do. And you let me know just how big your heart is. And I want to thank you each and every one of y'all for that. Sorry for that. The crying has got me all kinds of ways here. Also, I wanted to say that I think a lot about when I am helping other people, when I am in the field of substance abuse or criminal behavior or whatever, that I feel empowered, and I feel like I don't feel like I'm better than them. I just know that we all make different choices, but somebody's got to care. Somebody in this world has got to care. I think a lot about growing up, and when I was growing up, I used to be a I wanted to be a public speaker, and it was my dream from the age 2 years, from the age of the second grade all the way up until. And I remember my parents used to take me to all these speaking contests and all that, and I'd always win first and second place. And every time I would get that trophy, I would felt more empowered, and I wanted to do it until the day that Perry-Romberg syndrome would step into my life at 17 years old, and felt like it put brakes on my path in life. And motivational speaker is something I've always wanted to do. I wanted to be able to speak into people's lives and be able to empower them to let them know that the world is not end, or that their situation is not hopeless, until I was put in this situation where I would feel the very thing that I'm trying not these people to not feel. I was put into that shoes where it would happen, where I would feel that. And as much as I wanted to get out in the public face, I couldn't do that. I so worried about when I'd go do a substance abuse group. Are they looking at me? Or are they talking about my face? Or when they come in the group, I mean, and they look engaged. Or when I'm working in the prison system, or do they feel when they're looking at me, are they engaged with me? Or are they engaged with the conversation? Or are they engaged with the lessons that we're learning? The skills that we're trying to teach, that kind of stuff. Are they engaged with that? Or are they engaged with that? Or are they just so taken with the way I look that's why they're engaged because of that? Now, and to be honest, there's a lot of times when I've realized that this wasn't even about my face. It was about, and how I know that is because I'd see them, after they've long left the program, and they notice me and they tell me how much they got out of the group, and how much, because you were there at one time and you believed in me, my life has gotten better. And I think a lot about the things that you say, a lot of things that you talked to us about in group, and you were so human when you did it. And that's what made the difference, because we've been to like all these other places for substance abuse issue, but I was treated like a client. You treated me like a human being. And again, so I tie that and I relate that very same feeling, that very same concept that they talk about, to what you've done for me. You reached into my world, and you let me know that I'm not just a person, that I am somebody, and that there's somebody that cares about me. You all are powerful people, and every time I make a comment to somebody's comment, or I respond to someone's contribution, I wish you all knew the tears that run down my face, because it's more than just words. It's more than just you saying that. It's again, these words have to come from somewhere. There has to be a genuineness that promotes people to say what they say or do what they do. It has to come from a motivation. To the person that started all of this, donut operator, and to the two that actually started this, his follower that actually tweeted him my video, and then it spiraled from there. You two are very powerful, and to those who are followers of those two, for you to care enough about what they cared about, you're very powerful people. I honor each and every one of you, and I want you to know that nothing that you're doing is going in vain. With the purpose of making this video, Walt Disney used to say all the time, every time when I was younger and I was watching it, it would always came on and it would talk about when you wished upon a star. It makes no difference who you are. And I know for some people that's very corny to be saying that, but it's so true. He said, no, when you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are, because dreams do come true. Dreams do come true, and you're letting me know that. I love each and every one of you. That those words are not just words. I mean that from the very depth of my heart. And I'm the most sincere as I can be. So, someone commented, talked about my smile, said that they thought I had the most beautiful smile, and I thank you for that too. I've always thought my smile was crooked, so I didn't as much. There are some stairs, and I thought I was at the bottom of those stairs. But there were people, and those people are you, who instead of kept climbing, you came back and said, we're not gonna leave you there. You came back down to the bottom and you picked me up and you said, we're gonna take you with us. I love you for that. If I don't get off of here now, I'm gonna end up crying through the rest of it. I just wanted to tell each and every one of you that is more than I can express. It's more than I can share with you right now. The tears are not all sad tears. These tears are real tears. They're tears because you helped me feel good, because you helped me to feel like I am somebody, and I just, it's more than I can, it's more at this moment than I can ever even take in. Thank you all so much. I will be making another video within a couple of days. If you want to watch it, then that's great. And I try not to make it no longer than I have to, because I know that you all have other things and you get busy just like I do. But I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to say that somehow this will be repaid. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days.